Hi, this is Sahid with the Bloom Show, brought to you by Above All Flowers and New Bloom Solutions. And this time, it's sponsored by Proflora 2023. We are here at Proflora in Bogota, Colombia, and I am being visited by and accompanied by two great guests today, by the Royal Van Zanten company and also the Queen's Flowers company. And we are with Susana Vargas and Kees Graham.
Correct.
So thank you, Kees, for being here.
Thank you,
Suzanne, for being here very much. Yeah. Truly appreciate it. So, Suzanne, I want you to introduce yourself. Who are you and what do you do for the Queen's Flowers?
Hi, first of all, thank you for inviting us. I'm Susana Vargas. I work with Queen's Flowers. I'm a mass market account manager, and I've been with Queen's for many years, over 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, thank you as well for inviting us. My name is Kees Graham. I'm the area export manager for Royal Van Zanten.
Yes, sir.
I'm responsible for Colombia and Ecuador for our cut flower in vitro products. Not more than 38 years in the industry, so I've seen a lot. My first travel to Colombia was in 1985.
1985. That sounds very decades ago.
Exactly.
So the reason why we brought this partnership together and bringing them both on is because there's a unique partnership with a very unique product, right? So there's a great product called Astronova, and it's an amazing product that you could see here and also throughout on the whole set. So it's let's get to that really quick. Explain Astronova really quickly to us.
Astronova, I should say, is a new flower. It is, as you can see, the flower petals are on top of the stem. Yeah, and a lot of people think it's an Astronova, but Astronova has separate laterals, which has an individual flower on each lateral. And this one, is more like a focal flower with all the color on top of the stem.
It's a single stem, and we'll get to that in a minute. So tell us, how did this partnership happen, Susan?
Well, we have been working with Royal Van Zanten for over 25 years. So the relationship we have seen this relationship as a partnership for many years. With them, we have become better at quality, consistency. They have helped us with growing techniques. So when they approached us with these new flowers, we were very excited about it, and it's beneficial for both of us, because we have a great production team that they're experts on testing new products. So, and we at Queen's Flowers, we want to be an innovative company. We want to be in the edge of innovation. So it was very beneficial.
Talking about innovation, so what makes this so unique to the flower industry?
Well, I would say that this is a totally new flower. And you don't see that often. I mean, so it was the last time that you saw a new flower being introduced in the market.
Many years ago.
So that, I think, makes it stands apart of, I think, a different rose or a different carnation, for example. Yeah. So.
Gotcha. It's amazing, and it's a great product. It looks to me like an orchid, a lily. It's so multifunctional. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I think to add to it, I think how we feel about it is it's a very luxury kind of a product. Yeah. So we see together with the people from Queens that this is definitely an upscale kind of a product.
And great vase life, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Amazing vase life. What is it? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Even longer.
Yep.
Even
I
longer.
actually
than 2
heard
weeks.
one of the people from Queens saying today that he had it in his home and it was already for 3 weeks standing there. So.
And let me add something there. The best thing about Astronova is that it opens up, it blooms really quick. So once you put it in water, it blooms. So you get to enjoy the flower in its full bloom for more than 2 weeks, which that's very rare in many flowers.
2 weeks, so it's a full bloom for 2 weeks, so it doesn't go. And it does kind of open and have a character of its own, no?
Yeah.
As it opens?
Yeah. Like not every stem it's exactly the same, so that gives a wildflower look.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it gives texture to the bouquet, and when you have it in a consumer bunch, because if you see the foliage, it has color in it.
The color, yes, you see.
So
the
it's a beautiful foliage.
Exactly.
So that makes it a very unique flower it's great. We love it.
And the thing is that you could use it as a wildflower, but also as
As
elegant focal flower
yeah.
as well.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
And how do you envision Astronova impacting the market and changing the way people view flowers and use flowers?
Well, like I said, it's a new flower. It's a focal flower. People definitely has to get used to it a little bit because it's new.
Yes, sir.
So we feel together with Queens that this product needs some extra attention. Yeah? You can't just put it into the shops and say, okay, here it is. Yeah?
Yes.
So what we are trying to do is to give it an extra swing to the people who are getting the flowers in their supermarkets or maybe with the wholesalers.
With the wholesalers. Anything to add to that? How has the supermarkets reacted to this?
We have partnered with some mass markets, but we're doing what he's saying.
Okay.
We're giving them marketing material because we want people to learn that's a new flower. We don't want to put it out there just with the other consumer bunches.
Of course.
We want consumers to know that it's a new flower, that it's going to last for many weeks. So we're giving a lot of information to the final consumer. So we provide all the marketing material
to support the
those sales. Yeah.
Which is a collaboration.
It's a collaboration with our
partner,
with our customers.
With your customers, which is very important. And so talking about that, that goes to success stories, right? So can you share any success stories or case studies of individuals or businesses that have experienced significant growth or results through using Astronova?
If I can start it off and maybe Susana can finish it.
Great, we have a few stories, good.
I think what we did, for example, is that we did some surveys with buyers from the supermarkets, but also from the wholesalers.
Yes.
Yeah, and definitely we got some feedback back from them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I actually had to write it down because there are, let's say, tons of positive comments. But one said, for example, we love the flowers, we adored them. Yeah, it creates a background wall. Yeah, so something that people never seen, for example. It is heat resistant and it is not fragile, so you have a good, strong, sturdy stem for it.
So outdoor weddings, things like that.
Absolutely,
it can work.
You can use it for that. Yep. But I'm not sure if you can say that some of the wholesalers, because we put them out there as well. Or?
I have, like now that we just went through graduation season, we had some florists working with Astronova, making them boutonnieres for corsages. So, and they look absolutely stunning. So yeah,
fantastic.
They were beautiful.
So I can imagine it's a single beautiful bloom.
Usually it's only roses, but they were experimenting with the Astronova, and it was a huge success.
And we sent it out to some of our influencers as well, and they created some amazing stuff, but they were so impressed with it. We didn't tell them what it was, and when they saw it, they just were tripping.
Yeah, that's very important. We don't want to limit the consumer to do one thing with it.
Exactly.
We want them to experiment and let them play with the flower.
And play with the flower and create as they would like, so that's great. So what inspired the development of Astronova? What inspired that development? How did that come about?
Well, we have a bunch of breeders walking around in our area, and these guys and girls are very passionate. And they have a very sharp eye for new things. So if they do their breeding and new flowers come out, they try to select that flower and then start working on it. They never know how it ends. Yeah, it could be, let's say, many years without any result. But in this case, came out that this flower looks that promising, and that's why they start working on the breeding and make better ones and better ones and better ones. And the flower you can see here on the table, it took us over 10 years of breeding to get where we are. So it is definitely a long investment time in breeding. It is not that overnight you have a new variety.
No, and 10 years is an investment in itself. Dedication, time, money, investments, and trials, right? So, trials, trying things out, working, and it's not working. And
I think this interview will take too long. How many trials? But anyways, absolutely, that is true.
And then talking about trials in 10 years, what is your next 10-year vision, right? Where do you see the long-term vision for Astronova and evolving in the next few years? More colors, more sizes?
Yeah, well, we as a breeder, and we already see in our breeding area that the newer varieties are getting a better genetics, because they're getting stronger and stronger, and also more defined with their flowers. And we expect that easily 1 or 2 new introductions,
Okay.
new colors. Yeah, will come. We are working on reds, we are working on whites. Hopefully a yellow can come,
Yeah.
so that would be great if we can get there, because yellow is always a difficult color
Okay.
to breed. Yeah, but definitely we see that the flower by itself is getting better, and we are improving every year.
Every year you're improving. And what's the long-term vision for Queens? What?
A better assortment of colors.
Okay.
So we're testing, as soon as they come out, we test them in our farms, and we hope to have more colors by very soon.
And what's pretty neat is you see a combination of just basic roses and
Yeah.
Alstroemeria over there, and it pops. It's
Yep.
it's beautiful in itself, very
It
simple.
stands out.
It stands out, so
Absolutely.
it is very beautiful as well. Are there any future projects for you both, for Queens and Royal Van Zanten? Any new creations?
We're constantly partnering with many flowers.
Okay.
I mean, it's not only Astronova, but we work with Royal Van Zanten in many products.
and many different
Yeah.
products. And how about yourself?
and we as Royal Van Zanten, we are always looking for new things.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, yeah, when we came with the first Astronova and we worked on it to make it better, we have also different varieties and different flowers. But if they're going to come on the market and they will make it, we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and
Gotcha.
that's the breeding part. You do, well, let's rephrase that. Some of the breeders said to me, being a breeder, it's the art of throwing away.
Okay.
Because they are making thousands and thousands of crossings, but only maybe one will survive at the end. So,
Gotcha.
and the one you throw away, you will never get back probably.
No, you won't. Yes.
So if you have to be really an expert on saying, okay, this one not, this one yes.
Fantastic.
And that makes it very difficult for a breeder to really select the one, and that stands out the breeders as well. Yeah, that's why you see that one breeder is better than the other.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
So-
I won't name.
You won't name any
I
names
won't
or any
name
call outs,
anybody,
but so did this? Is this a crossbreed? No.
Yes.
Okay.
And the thing is, Astronova, Alstroemeria, people get confused. Yeah, it is a crossing with an Alstroemeria.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not a botanist, and the botanist can say, yeah, this is it. This is completely true or not true. But for example, if you talk about rose and spray rose, it's a similar kind of a thing. A spray rose looks completely different than a normal rose. And to be even more specific, you have chrysanthemums and aster, and they are from the same family. People maybe think it's a completely different flower, but they are from the same family in the end. But because they were crossed so many times, you see a completely different kind of a flower in a different flower shape.
And how has that changed how you do things? Was there any evolve to using that, using crossbreeding in different ways?
Well, I'm personally not a breeder.
Okay.
I've never been, so
You're
it's a little
yeah.
bit difficult for me
Gotcha.
to answer that question,
Understood.
to be honest.
Gotcha. So we are here at Proflora 2023. How has been your experience so far?
Amazing. I think anyone involved in the flower industry should come here at least once in their lifetime, because this is amazing.
And what companies are representing here today? Is it different companies? I know.
We have benchmark growers
Okay,
here,
got it.
and we actually won best booth.
Best booth,
Yeah.
right? That's super exciting.
Congratulations.
We were hoping to do the interview there, but we couldn't set it up. But that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. And how about yourself? How's your experience been?
Well,
here
like
at
I said,
Proflora?
I'm 38 years in the industry. I've been at all Profloras.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, of course, during the COVID, there wasn't any Proflora. But looking at this one here, this year, I think everybody is going the extra mile.
Going-
Yeah.
If
yes.
you know what
It's
I mean.
been 4
I mean,
years.
Because everybody's excited that again people can come.
Yes.
So, yeah, absolutely. And what Susana is saying, and again, congratulations for that booth.
Of course,
Yeah.
congratulations.
But no, it looks amazing, and
Yeah.
definitely it is something for people who are in the industry. Yeah, you should come and visit the Proflora in 2 years.
You certainly should. So, Kees, Suzanne, thank you so much for being here today. Truly
Thank you
appreciate
for
your time.
inviting us.
Thank you
And for
having us.
decorating our amazing booth with some Royal Van Zanten product and Queens product. So thank you so much, and thank you to our audience for viewing as well and for spending the time with us. And thank you for Proflora for inviting us and for hosting an amazing event. So again, thank you guys. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap. Appreciate you. Hi, this is Sahid again with the Bloom Show. We're here at Proflora 2023, and what we're doing is kind of asking a couple of our friends to come into our booth and give us their experience as what's been happening at Proflora and how their experience has been. So, many of us know Danny Sanchez, a good friend of ours, so he volunteered to jump in, or kind of didn't volunteer, kind of dragged them in. But Danny, thank you for being dragged in. I appreciate you.
Thanks for dragging me in.
Didn't really have a choice, but thank you. Thank you, Danny. So, Danny, I think this is your first Proflora, no?
Yes, my first Proflora here in Colombia.
All right, so let's get to the point. What do you do? What's your business, and what do you do within your business?
So I own retail flower shops,
Okay.
also an import operation as well out of Miami, where we sell to obviously everyone around the country. And but mainly my main gig is definitely the retail business, and I grow and expand retail operations and acquisitions.
And
stuff like that.
Why is it important for you to be here at Proflora?
It's good to always keep your feet on the ground, knowing what's happening in the floral industry. You get to see some of the new product that's coming out, some of the new farms that might be out there, bouquets. There's also sometimes you might find new and exciting companies that have joined the floral world. This you can arguably say New Bloom Solutions is one of them, right? So people come by here, they ask, who are you guys? And you'll find other companies like that, technology companies, marketing stuff. So from a business level, I like to attend to see what's new.
So you say new companies and innovative. Have you found any cool products, any shout outs to any companies who are like,
yeah, there was one actually. I saw one. I like technology. I built technology also for the retail industry. And there was one called Bloom Pal. Or Bloom's Pal, I think it was, and they build a software that's kind of like PO software that kind of helps you do buying from one end, where you can kind of gather it all into one space and then shoot it off, and kind of help you with that.
So shout out to Danilo Miranda of Bloom's Pal. So yeah, of course, we've talked. It's a great product. It's an interesting product, and you may be looking forward to some collaborations between us and Bloom's Pal. So you got a good eye.
Yeah.
You're a very good eye.
Yeah.
So we're here in Colombia.
Yeah.
And you have been to Colombia before. Have you ever been to Bogota?
No, never. First time Bogota.
Okay, so how has been your experience? How have your...
Bogota has been great. It's been a lot of fun. Been to some great restaurants here. It's been great to attend. We did some farm tours with Floral Link. Also, no shout out to Floral Link too, and Evan.
Yes, Evan.
And we went to a couple of farms, and we saw some amazing properties, some beautiful fincas that I would love to buy a property here because it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Let me know. I'll run a room in that property.
Airbnb.
Airbnb. So Danny, again, thanks for jumping in. I know you have a busy day of running around and finding new vendors, but thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And hopefully see you tomorrow at the party. Andres,
I got my band.
Oh, you already got it. I need to get one. Andres Carnes. So have a good one. Thank you again for joining us, and hope to see you next time. And thank you for Proflora for the sponsorship and for the invitation. Thank you. Thank you, Danny.
Cool.
Hi, this is Sahid with the Bloom Show, brought to you by Above All Flowers and New Bloom Solutions. And this show, which we're at Proflora 2023, is sponsored by Proflora. So thank you to Proflora for having us. Today I have a special guest, Flor Verde Sustainable Flowers, with us today to talk about sustainability, because it's been a very hot topic. And I have Luisa Falla with us today. Luisa, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
And I know it was very last minute for Luisa, so we truly appreciate for you coming on board and stepping in to tell us a little bit more about your company. Thank you.
Well, my company is a certification seal.
Okay.
So the idea is to evaluate the good practice of the farms, like kind of sustainability, ambiental, and all with two objectives. The first one is thinking about the people, thinking about if they are well in the work, and if they have all the implements necessary for their works.
Okay.
So our first objective is the people, to improve their life and living standards from there and their families also. And the second one is thinking about an ambiental. So what we do is protect the environment and preserve it to the industries or the new industries that come and the ones that stay for the generations to come.
That's amazing. So you help the generations to come.
Yeah, and all of that is we guarantee the quality of the product also.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
And what inspired the creation of Flor Verde?
We were thinking about to improve their floriculture sector in case of sustainability.
Okay.
So we want to create a certification seal in order to help them to improve their work, thinking about environment, thinking about people. So what we do is to take all the people that we have, their work, all their knowledge, and to put them in the farm people.
Okay.
So they can guide
Yes.
those workers to have a good process
Okay.
in their farms.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
all those farms are sustainable. All those processes are sustainable.
We use their knowledge, the people knowledge, to help them to improve their processes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
And then could you share some key sustainable practices that this initiative has taken on for Flor Verde?
Yeah, one of our best practices that the 50% of the water
Okay.
is rainwater.
Fantastic, okay.
Yeah,
and
that
you
is-
tell the farms that they have to do rainwater.
Yeah, they
Okay.
create some space of fake lakes. So in the fake lakes, the rainwater comes,
Okay.
and they use that water to their crops.
And if they didn't have the fake lakes, they couldn't do it.
Yeah, there are other alternatives.
Okay.
The technology is one.
Okay?
So the idea is to have an irrigation system efficiently, so they can use less water. So
Use less
one
water,
of them
okay.
is use water. One of the important ones is they reduce or they use rainwater instead of other kind of water.
Of other kind of water. So
Yeah.
it's a sustainable practice to save
Yeah,
water and conserve
another
water.
one is that we use solar panels
Okay.
instead of other kind of energy.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there are many more. One of it is to reduce increase the bio inputs.
Okay. Bio input, you said.
Bio input, sorry, and to reduce the fertilizations.
Reduce fertilization.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. And then in what ways does Flor Verde support flower farms in adopting sustainable farming practices?
In what way? First of all, we create a norm.
Okay.
It's a norm.
Oh, no, yeah, you could say an arm.
Can I say
Yeah,
an
you
arm?
could say a branch, an arm. You could
So
say
we
it.
create a norm that fits in each process.
Okay.
So this is one. Another one is that our practices reduce the cost.
Okay.
We get them to new markets also.
Okay.
To think about social aspects, and we think about the people. So we think about their labor rights also.
Fantastic.
So that's it. But there are more. So
And you're always thinking of other ways how to improve, I imagine.
yeah, we are
Great.
thinking to be ahead.
To be ahead of the game. And how does Flor Verde address important environmental concerns, such as water usage, pesticide management, things like that?
Could you please repeat?
So
that,
sorry.
please?
How does Flor Verde address environmental concerns with your company? So such as water usage. What are you doing? I guess you mentioned that already. So you're using rainwater, and then pesticide management.
Yeah.
So you're trying your best to reduce pesticide management?
Yeah, we
How
are.
are you doing that?
How are we doing that? By using natural,
Natural organic matter, sustainable matters.
bio inputs also.
What is a bio?
bio
What is a bio input?
It's like they use natural products in order to don't contaminate the soil. Also.
Okay, gotcha. So it's all natural products what you're
Yeah,
using, not
all
from
natural
business.
products.
And Flor Verde places a strong emphasis on social responsibility. Could you give us an example of how farms are using that in initiative?
We have a chapter of it, and
Okay.
the idea is that we demand to the farms to have thinking of the social responsibles. So they create their own projects.
Okay.
So one of their projects is to create new schools, houses, to give some money to the community in order to have more things in their
more resources in
yeah,
their
more resources
environment.
in their community.
Fantastic. So thank you so much again. Thank you so much for coming on last minute. You did fantastic. We truly appreciate it. It's very great information, and we're very happy at what Flor Verde is doing in supporting sustainability. So I think it's something very important for the growth of our industry. We visited Splendor Protea Rosamina, and they talked a lot about Flor Verde, and he was planting trees as well. So doing things with rainforests as well. So it's fantastic. Congratulations, and thank you so much. And thank you to our audience for joining us and spending time with us. We really appreciate it. And thank you again for Proflora for sponsoring and inviting us to this great event. Thank you, and that's a wrap.